And it looks like we are live. Hello everyone and welcome to another Final Fantasy Friday. I'm Jim the editor, and joining me as per usual is my faithful and trusty companion from the blog Pokemaniacal, Chris. Hey Chris.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. We've got a lot to talk about. There's been a lot going on in your life and in your world this past week, so we'll get to that. But in the meantime, do you want to play some Final Fantasy X?
Yeah, I think that's best.
Alright, let's get into it. Of course, we're on the Mihin High Road. And we've just completed our first, I guess, proper full battle using the team as we've set them out to be used. We're probably not going to continue that, aside from, you know, in boss battles, because it just takes so damn long. Isn't that right, Chris?
Yeah, it would be nice to finish, you know, during our own lifetimes.
Which, I mean, for you, could be reasonably short.
Well, yeah.
Do you want to fill everyone in on what's been going on?
Well, here in New Zealand, we have once again succumbed to the dreaded Rona.
Yeah. How long had it been since your last case?
100 days since our last known case of community transmission.
And what's community transmission, Chris?
Basically, someone has the virus and we don't know exactly where they got it. Like, if someone has it, but we can trace it to exactly where it came from, then that doesn't count.
So that's not community transmission.
Only if it's sort of, yeah, if it's sort of, it gets loose and it's out there, and we don't know exactly who has it and who doesn't, moving stealthily into the population, then that's community transmission. Right.
So they found this family that, I mean, credit to them, they went and got tested. Despite there being no known cases within New Zealand. They got tested positive. And I guess it just all hit the fan from there, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Do you know what those ruins
I think on Tuesday we found out about this. So we have all immediatly gone back into lockdown. In Auckland anyway. The rest of the country is sort of on alert but not fully locked down yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean, it's a pretty rapid response. I was impressed by that, I have to say. Hey to Tony in the chat. Sorry to interrupt you, Chris. Nice to see you again, Tony. Nice for you to join us from the beginning.
I am on a journey.
For those watching later or not contributing, or if this is your first stream, hello. Tony's one of our long-time viewers and chatters in the live chat. In fact, so long-term that we actually have an Aeon named after him.
As long-time as he can be in this anyway.
Yeah. So we've got Machen here. Machen. Or Machen?
I think it's Machen.
Machen. I think it's pronounced like a German.
I'm honestly not sure if anyone ever says his name out loud, but I think it's Machen.
I think it's definitely a Greek Kai, Chris.
Alright. Machen.
Yeah, exactly. You have to breathe all the way through that sound. Apologies to our listeners. But yeah, we're gonna go get Belgemine. That's kind of the plan. One thing we have to do before we go get Belgemine, actually, we have to go back to Luca. Why do we have to go back to Luca, Chris?
Wait, why do we have to go back to Luca? Oh, right, we want some Blitzball players who don't suck.
Yeah, so, Chris has realized that he has somewhat of a conflict of scheduling, and in a couple of weeks we'll miss a stream, and because I love you guys and don't want to Yeah, there we go. Tony agrees with me about the pronunciation. Thank you, Tony. But because I don't want you guys to miss out on your weekly dose of Final Fantasy Fridays, we decided that for the episodes where Chris is going to be away, if he's going to miss something, then I'll do one of the things that he likes least in this playthrough, or in this game generally, and that's Blitzball. So,
which is a stupid game, and no one should ever play it.
So yeah, we'll have some Let's Blitz Fridays whenever Chris can't make it. But because I don't fancy doing that with the Besaid Aurochs team, I mean, as iconic as they are, and iconic certainly is the word, we're going to go back before we get to Belgemine and get some new Blitz players. What are you doing here? Summon Seronimo.
Good plan. Blow everything up.
Yeah. Also, at some point I do need to change it to shorter summonings. I mean, unless people like the slightly longer, more theatrical images. But yeah, so that's what you've been going through, Chris. Friday, your time, so yesterday, was D-Day. And what did they decide? They decided just to, keep Auckland shut down for a couple of weeks? Is that what's up?
Yeah, I think for at least the next week and a half, we are locked down. And next Friday, I think they're going to reassess that. But at the moment, the plan is to stay fully locked down until the 24th of August at least.
And that lockdown's like supermarkets open, key workers still working, but no kind of social gatherings or anything like that. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so back in the good old days of.
We can also still get food delivered. Like fast food delivery is still open, which is the main difference for most people, I think, between the level 3 and level 4 lockdowns.
Is the deliveries versus like actual takeaway places being open.
Yeah.
God, Lulu's bad. One thing we also need to do is actually put on some levels for these people, since we've acquired them. And we actually figured out after the stream that we could make the kind of battling a little bit easier for ourselves. Let's zoom in by using that.
Wait, using what? Sorry, you're lagging on my screen, and I can't actually keep up with what you're doing.
Well, Chris and everyone else can now see, I hope, that I just used the strength sphere that we got on Yuna. So Yuna's strength is now 4 higher than it was, and we're going to get some accuracy.
Which does desperately need some strength.
Yep, exactly. She's now 10 strong. Compared to Titus, who is 17 strong. But what we can do with Titus, we've just increased his magic by 3, but do you know what else we have? We have a magic sphere.
What else? Does that help?
It does help. If we use that, Titus's magical damage is going to go up. He's just increased by 7. His magic is now 12. He's half as magic as Yuna.
Well.
And the same magic as Waka.
That's almost not terrible.
I mean, it's still pretty terrible. He just might do 100 damage instead of, Which way was Orin going? Oh, yeah, that's right. He has to go around, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
Sorry, I'm catching up. Why is Lulu going up towards... I'm so confused, even now.
Tony's in favor of keeping the long summon animations, by the way.
Yeah, I've seen that. Certainly something to consider.
I'm honestly kind of a fan of them as well, but they do slow things down a lot.
Kamari was going to be a thief, but we can't get there right now, so he was going to wait there, right?
Yeah.
You wait there, Kamari. Alright, so let's go find some Blitzball players after this battle.
Level 1 key sphere fairly soon, right?
I think if we beat the Chocobo Eater, I want to say?
Yeah.
I think. Go, Lulu, attack. God, she's bad.
Yuna here.
Let's use Geronimo, get his limit up to full so that we're going into our next boss battle with a full overdrive gauge.
Physics has posted the list of what all our characters are supposed to be doing again. Thank you for that.
That is your job. Anaphysic, you now have a job. That is your job every week. Publish that. Even if I'm just playing Blitzball. By the way, thanks for joining. It's great to see you back with us in the live chat. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna get some Blitzball players, and not just some Blitzball players. We're gonna get some of the most iconic Blitzball players in this whole game.
Oh really?
Which means nothing to you, Chris. You don't really care about these things. But there are some of my favorites around here. A couple of them aren't around here, but I mean, there are these Blitz players. I mean, go back to my very first days playing this game. So I'm very excited to play some more Blitzball with some of my old favorites. And old favorite number 1. This guy, Wedge. He gets 1 game. For now, because we'll renew it when we can. Biggs, you will also get 1 game. Obviously later on we'll hopefully have a little bit more money, and we don't want to spend all our money now signing Blitzball players that we're not going to use for a couple of weeks, because Chris is still around for a little while.
Whatever.
Well no, because we have to give money
Who
to
needs
Owaka,
money?
Remember? Owaka needs money.
Oh,
Zev
yes, that's
Ronso, what a classy man. Datto. Sorry, Datto. He's part of my team now, right? Yep, there we go. And that's going to be the core of our team, I think. We'll keep Jasu, and we'll keep Titus. And at the moment, we kind of have to keep Keeper.
Do we?
Actually, I mean, does anyone know of any good keepers around here? I've never really looked for a keeper replacement this early. And yeah, and if it's one of my favorite Easter eggs in all the Final Fantasy games that I can think of off the top of my head. They are great, by the way, in Final Fantasy VIII. It's one of the best parts of the game. Is the
Biggs and Wedge.
Yeah, they're basically like Jesse and James from Team Rocket. They're evil. They guys from the evil army, like lieutenants or something high up in the evil army. The Galbradians or whatever it is, Galbadians. And they're just so moronic. It's great. It's fantastic. But if anyone does know of any keepers around here, a lot of people use Quo, or Q, or however you say his name. Kyou.
I have no idea who that is.
Who appears slightly later. But he's actually a defender, not a goalie. I'm pretty sure. I normally use Durin that you don't find until the Calmlands. Not to be confused, of course, with a durian, which is a very smelly fruit. Am I right, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Chris hardly listening.
Well, less a fruit, I would say, and more of a sort of spiteful biological landmine.
Yep. Yeah, okay, I think I can agree there. Tony, if you can let me know where that goalie is, we might head back and get him after we go fight Belgamine, if that's okay with everyone. Because you know what? I wanna stop that lady. I was gonna use a different turn of phrase, but I decided to go full PG for once. On the way to the video thing that is one of the least used, at least by me, aspects of the whole game. Right.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever used it.
I'm not really sure what it's for, if I'm honest. Like, does it just let you rewatch old cutscenes?
I think so. I think that's its purpose.
Interesting. I mean, not interesting. Dumb. Why would you have that? Just replay the game.
Well, replaying the game takes a while, and this game has some very nice cutscenes.
It does have some very nice cutscenes. Everything around Bevelle I always found quite pretty. Except for Seymour, he looks interesting in some of those. We'll get to it, It's probably about a year off, but we'll get to it. Going at the rate we're going at. A year seems reasonable, right, Chris?
I don't know, that might be optimistic.
Yeah, assuming everyone's still around in a year. I mean, we've got a US election cycle, more coronavirus, especially a winter with COVID, which is supposed to be bad for it. I don't know. I'm told.
Well, who knows?
No one. Literally no one. What's Tony say there? I can't see it up the corner of my eye. I'm trying to finish this battle.
Oh, you can also listen to music in the Sphere Theatre. And he agrees that the cutscenes are really great considering they're now 20 years old.
They are. Although, to me, the contrast in art styles between the cutscenes... I mean, we've discussed this before, but the contrast in styles between the cutscenes and the regular scenes are a little bit jarring. Oh, that's a mistake, to my eye.
A tiny bit. I don't mind it so much.
Magic won't hurt their kind.
Their kind? What do you mean, their kind? Orin's a racist.
Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, Orin's become a racist against fiends. Which, I mean, I suppose might be justifiable. What am I saying, Chris? Racism is never justifiable. Chris, the white person in this conversation, no comment.
Sorry?
I said, Chris, the white person in this conversation, has no comment.
You know what? I'll leave this to you.
Lady Summoner, I presume. Yes.
Yes, the globe, anaphysic.
I am Lucille,
very nice.
Captain of the Jose
Also,
Knights.
the fact it's called the Sphere Theatre makes me just want to push those two words together. What's that called, Chris?
There have been reports of a large fiend appearing in this area.
Pushing two words together.
Yeah, when you kind of amalgamate two words. So it should be theatre. What?
Thank you.
Portmanteau.
Ah, that's what I thought it was.
Good.
Ah, it's a man. I always get portmanteau and manuport confused.
With you.
What is a manuport?
Manuport is an archaeological term which refers to something that has been carried by humans out of its natural environment. So really early on, it's hard to identify stone tools amongst like Olduvai and kind of early hominid species.
Sorry, what?
So it's hard to identify cultural artifacts from early hominid species.
Ah, yeah.
And one way in which you can find these things is by looking at the geologic context, in which you find these items. And a manuport is something that has been physically removed from its original geological context and place dropped in a new one.
Ah,
If that makes sense.
carried by hand, if you will.
Yeah, literally a menu port. But I don't know why I always in my head think, oh, when you push two words together, that's a portmanteau, and then I immediately think, no, that's the thing where you carry something. So I've got some kind of block in my head about those two words.
Maybe we need a portmanteau of portmanteau and manuport.
Okay, I'll let you come up with that one. In the meantime, I'm battling.
Manuport-manteau.
Manu-portmanteau, that's better than I thought you'd do. But where I was actually going with this was that Sphere Theatre, I think, has a really good and Greek-sounding potential because it's got the PHTH.
That's true, yeah. It's theatre.
Theatre.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work for your mouth.
Yeah. It's like the th sound in, what's the word? Stillness, I think. Which I think is the ancient Greek for destruction?
I thought you were the ancient Greek for destruction. Silence from Chris.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Alright. So Yuna's going that way, yeah? Why is Yuna going that way? Does that mean Lulu goes... I'm so confused. I even looked at the cheat sheet. I'm so confused.
Okay, you know what? Lulu's going that way and Yuna's going that way. Whatever, it's fine.
I think we messed this up already.
It's fine, it's fine.
That's okay. Is Lulu going to be the new Orin?
Something that makes no sense.
Lulu is the new Orin, so she has to go down that way. Yuna's just...
Wait, who's Titus then?
Lulu?
You just said that she was Orin.
No one is Titus right now. Is Riku Titus? Ah, screw it. My brain hurts. I can smell burnt toast.
In your brain?
In my brain. Orin has learnt flee.
Good.
Sorry, Anaphysic, you're just gonna be seething with rage as you watch this. You know what? I used to watch streamers and be like, how can they not know? They're the ones that came up with it. And you know what? I empathize now. I empathize. I think I'm going mad.
A summoner party.
Terrafala. Yeah, that's a good word, Tony.
My name is Belgamine. You are?
My name is Yuna.
Yuna's going the complete wrong way to be Titus, Anaphysic.
But you are still fresh on
I think we mixed up Yuna and Lulu.
Yes, I am.
But it makes much more sense to make.
Well, we must have mixed them up a while ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
My aeons or
For
yours?
them to be in those
A
positions.
one-on-one match. Not to the death.
As long as
of
they're
course.
both doing
What
something
do
that
you
makes
say?
no sense.
Yeah, yeah. We've just talked about Biggs and Wedge being a lovely little Star Wars Easter egg. What do you think of Belgamine's hair?
I'll do my best.
Good.
You know, I've never
Before
thought about
we
it before, but
begin.
yeah, there's a definite Princess Leia thing going
Your
on there.
aeons have been
Also, shout out to younger me who wanted to pronounce that name Belgimini.
Yes.
Like anemone, right?
Yeah. Or what about Belgemine?
Oh, you got me. You got me. And yeah, you're right, Anaphysic. You're completely right.
Show me how strong of a link you forged with your aeons.
A very strong link. Go, Tony! Tony, your first appearance in this stream. Well, today's stream at least. Welcome. And yeah, I mean, I guess I agree with him. Having the slightly longer animations means that our lovely contributors in the chat get to feature a little bit more.
That's true.
Sonic Wings doesn't affect
I don't believe
from
it does,
memory.
no.
Evil Seronimo.
I think Aeons are immune to basically everything.
I wonder if it's just worth using
A giant laser?
giant laser rays. 3 attacks in a row. We'll survive that. Yeah, we'll survive that. Giant Death Beam!
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Gotta
maybe
love
mini
giant.
Death Beam. Hey, no meteor strikes. Ooh, uh-oh. Could be in trouble here, Tony. Could be in trouble here, Tony.
We're alright.
Could be in trouble here, Tony. Oh, Jeebus. Lizard. Oh yeah, take that. Tony's magics are the best magics.
Cut giant laser.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm a bit mad that the giant laser didn't do its thing. Tony, work on your giant laser.
That's an interesting fact in physics.
Not
Belgamina's
bad for one
vortex
so
was
young.
also
I
Kid Titus.
underestimated you.
Yeah,
Take this. You've
The
earned it.
flashback.
I can hear that.
You show
And we got an
promise.
echo ring.
With more
I've never
dreams
thought about it, Chris, but
defeat
what...
sin.
Also, I used to pronounce it,
I think
eco
you
ring,
might defeat
because
Sin
I was an
before
idiot.
I am able to.
I cannot.
What is an echo
Or
ring?
should I say, I was not able to.
I
Human.
don't know.
Farewell, Yuna.
I assume it's just
We'll meet again.
magic.
It's just magic. What does Yuna have on at the moment? A Seeker ring. Yeah, that works.
Belgamina's whole deal. She has finished the pilgrimage and fought Sin and lost. Is that
Yep, that is
what
correct.
we know about her?
That is what we know about her. We don't know when. You'd think that she'd be reasonably famous, though.
No, maybe someone is to get to the end and then die and just quietly forgotten about.
In the meantime, Orin has been confused, so in the words of,
good.
I don't remember who, crap, 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 crap. Phew. Good work, Waka. Doing your best. Yeah, that's Fire Fury. Now, this is my least favorite overdrive. Because it's just inherently useless. I mean, look at that. Oh god, and these ones are really bad when I don't know the combinations and do not have automatic memory of this computer controller.
Oh dear.
Oh, damn. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it still killed things. Good work.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, no. Waka, what have I told you?
You need. Did we not change his weapon?
No, I quite like it.
Got you covered.
Do you?
Yeah, aesthetically it's quite pleasing.
Yeah, Tony points out, I don't know if she fought Sin. If she did, she'd have a final Aeon. It's possible, but I don't remember that being explicitly mentioned. Well, she says she wasn't able to beat it, right?
Yeah, but that could just mean she died along the way.
Yeah, it's possible. Maybe she didn't get there. I kind of wonder if the Magus sisters might be her final Aeon.
But then who was the faith in that temple whose name I can't remember off the top of my head? Also,
Which one?
the temple that you get the Mega Sisters in.
Oh,
That I can't remember.
well, they
off
would
the
have
top
been
of
her guardians, I suppose.
my head. No, but there was a faith in that temple before. Like if the Mega Sisters are her final summon, then what did they replace as the faith of that temple? Because the temple had to have a faith, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Renaminum Temple. That's right, it sounds like a chainsaw. No. We discussed this earlier in the stream. Earlier in this series. It sounds like a chainsaw. It's Yeah, Remium. Premium Temple.
Our prayers are with you.
Ah, she's like the American public after a horrific gun massacre.
Lady Summoner.
Don't be mean.
You're a summoner?
My name is Yuna.
I'm Callie.
Nice to meet you, Callie.
How do they immediately recognize summoners?
Are you going
Is it just a whole lot of, like, a slightly frail person being surrounded by a whole lot of buff people?
I guess. Or maybe it's the robes or something.
Geronimo, too soon.
It's too soon.
I mean, it's been going on for 25 years. I don't know if it is too soon.
As well.
But there were some recent shootings, so... I mean, bad taste, yes. Too soon?
What's the calm?
Oh, Titus. He got too close to Sin, didn't he?
Time of peace. It comes after a summoner defeats Sin.
Also, welcome to the chat, Geronimo.
Sin reappears.
Nice to see you back again.
Sin dies and is reborn.
I'd say, Chris, I love our little community.
You love what, sorry?
I love our little community that we've got going on.
defeated Sin
Yes.
10 years ago, right?
Social
Sin's
commentary on
still
religion
here.
in this game is
Didn't
just
make much sense
chef's
till
kiss.
now.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Wait, if it just comes back,
Don't say it isn't worth it. Because it is.
Sorry, people, I'm not talking just because I'm watching the scene.
people
I
can
quite like the
sleep
scene.
in their beds without being afraid. That kind of time is worth anything.
Oh,
Don't
powerful
say it
Titus.
isn't worth it. Your words that day, Yuna, I remember them well.
Can we talk about how messed up it is that Titus is just standing around, like, in real time right now? Titus is standing around a campfire telling the people who are in the story the story.
I don't know. I think he's telling us. I think
He just
telling us
addressed Yuna. He just said, it's the vocative case, Chris. I know it's got the same ending as the nominative, but it was the vocative.
they're all reminiscing about it together.
I like to think it's just a monologue. It's just a however many hours it takes for us to get through this game long monologue.
You think he's describing every one of these fights?
Yep. It is like, and then I missed, and then Waka threw his ball, and he hit it, and it was an overkill, and then we danced. And Orin grew up a level, we got 60 experience, and they dropped those power spheres and those speed spheres. And then I ran up to this random blitzball in the middle of nowhere, and I kicked it into the field.
Sorry.
Sorry, kid. Later. Am I going to go into the grass to get it? Nope.
In relation to that conversation before, multiple episodes ago, you made a remark that I said I wanted to come back to about, like, this story not really being about Titus and Yuna. It's about Orin and Jecht.
Yeah, I think
And I said
so.
I'll come back to that.
Yep. Are you going to come back to it, or are you just place marking this? As I said I'm going to come back to it, and I will. Next conversation.
Yeah, exactly. This story about being powerless. I think that this is a story about not having control over things and how you behave in response to stuff that is bigger than you and that you cannot change or make right.
An interesting theory. Continue.
But yeah, I do think that this is Titus and Yuna's story. And I guess for Yuna, obviously, it's about following the role that has been laid out for her in this world that she cannot change, and doing all of this even though she knows it will cost her her life, even though she knows she can't actually beat sin, because it makes it a little better. Because when faced with impossible, she does what she can.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting point. I just think how, like, effectively, for most of the story, Titus and Yuna are swept, along with the rest of the team, are swept along by the narrative that's being created because of Auron and Jex. And to a lesser extent, Braska. But mostly Auron and Jex. And Auron is... I think all their agency comes through the opportunities that Auron gives them and through the vantage point that Auron pushes them towards. So, to my mind, they're reactionary characters that are caught up in the wave of the story. Which is fine, it's interesting, but it doesn't make them... Yeah, you need to have active characters in order to have passive characters and have passive characters work, right? And I think in this case, in the overarching story, which is why I think it's really interesting, because in the immediate story, it does feel like they're active. It does feel like Titus is doing something and making decisions, and same with Yuna. But in the overarching story, the story that's revealed to us by the end, I think that reveals to us how inactive, how passive they actually have been throughout. And I think it's that speech by Auron when they come to fight Yunalesca, spoilers, that really drives it home that he's the one that's been pushing the narrative the entire time. This is all his plan. And Jex's plan as well. And it's all in fulfillment of a promise that they made to Braska. And a promise that Auron made to Jex. Wow, we got serious there.
Yeah.
See, we can do things, chat. We're not just bumbling fools who don't remember what we said one episode ago. We are that.
But we are also that.
Yeah.
We contain multitudes.
Exactly. Ah, level 1 key sphere. Mari, you have options. Beware, Machina. We have a powerful new ability. We can destroy you in a single blow. And of course, going up just makes us go towards Titus, which means we need to go across. Sweet. Thanks, Crusader guy.
Gotta like Crusaders.
I'll get the goalie. Do we want to do that before I beat the Chocobo Eater, or do I want to go back when I have a Chocobo? Why don't we get the Chocobo, assuming we beat the Chocobo Eater, and then Chocobo all the way back? I mean, you guys know I'm all about the grind. So I'd be happy to go back now and then have to go back again through all the fiends. But I think for the sake of Chris, if no one else, for the sake of Chris.
I am not all about the grind.
Auron's going down.
I could do without the grind.
Yeah. Exactly. And we've got to get through some of this narrative at some point. Oh, thanks. That'll be really useful against all these things that don't cause poison. As Lulu is just absolutely rocked.
Oh dear.
Tony, you're gonna have to do some work here.
We gotta get our white mage out. Does Waka go life yet?
No. Life is a high level spell, Chris. I think.
Is it?
It's a
You get it pretty early.
yeah, but for Waka it's a high level spell. I don't even think he's got enough MP to cast life.
That's very depressing.
I think it might cost 18 MP. And I think he has 12.
Oh dear.
We do have an MP sphere. We beat Lord Ochu for a reason, and it wasn't to get the MP sphere, but that's a nice. It was a nice payoff.
This seems like an oversight, but it can't do anything to Tony.
Yeah, oversight, undersight, whatever kind of sight. It was a sight of some kind. Either that or Tony is just... His aura is so fantastic. I mean, it is Tony with an eye, so it is her aura. But their aura is so fantastic that it's just dazzling to the poor four-pronged beast. Do you know what I'm excited about, Chris?
What are you excited about, Jim?
I have a cricket game tomorrow.
Oh?
You're sure you're
Yeah!
Never better.
Thanks, Titus. I agree, never better. I have a cricket game tomorrow. We thought that the entire cricket season was going to be wiped out by COVID-19. That drove me to create hundreds of hours, probably not hundreds of hours, but nearly hundreds of hours of content on this channel, where I reproduced our cricket team and played through tons of matches against various oppositions, real and not real.
And now you can play with the real team again.
Yeah, I get to play with my friends. I get to play with...
I guess you don't need a YouTube channel anymore.
Yeah, sorry guys, last ever post, see ya. No, I'll keep doing this, and I'll finish up the season for the virtual season. Plus, it's nearly winter, we're only going to get 1 or 2 games in. But I'm super stoked to get out and play cricket. I'm really excited by this, and it was, a complete U-turn by Cricket Scotland a week ago, when they'd said a week before that they didn't think any cricket was going to take place, or any inter-club games were going to take place. Good luck with that. Yeah. Yep. Yes, you are. No, you won't be.
Seronimo, I am in New Zealand, Jim is in Scotland.
Yeah, Chris is in New Zealand. We discussed at the top of the episode, Seronimo, Chris's interesting situation at the moment, or the interesting situation that New Zealand finds themselves in. As I say, I'm in Scotland. I live here, for the time being. I mean, who knows where I'll be.
Also, do you want to
tomorrow.
address this question from Tony?
Which question was it?
When do you think the plan was hatched for Orin to bring Titus to spear out via Jekt? It had to be after Weska's death, right? And we see Orin talk, in quotes, to Jekt in Dreams Anakin.
Yeah, I think it's after Orin died. I think Orin found a way to get to Xanakin, found a way to communicate with Jekt. Oh, these two idiots.
Oh, hi, Bron.
Ah, hey, Bron. Nice of you to join us today. Hello to the whole Sims family. Down there in Cambridgeshire. Bedfordshire. Some kind of shire. Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. And I don't really know if we're supposed to know the answer. Oh god, this is atrocious. Some kind of lightning frost ball against... Oh, great. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're supposed to know the answer. It's not made particularly clear, but I would say sometime after Orin's death. I mean... If you wanted to be contrary, you could argue that this whole thing from Orin is just him trying to get back at Unalesca.
Well, maybe.
And then freeing Jecht is just like a fun thing to do afterwards. Like, we've avenged my death. Yeah. Avenged my death.
Do we know that they planned this together? Or do we just know that Orin promised Jecht he would help Titus?
We know that Jecht is complicit in taking Orin to Zanarkand. And back.
Okay.
Alright, let's see what these two idiots have to say.
Hey, we saw the game! You guys were great!
Congratulations, Waka.
Indeed, Anaphysic, The Sims.
Hey, stop loafing around.
Oh no. Oh, that brings back bad memories of training and slacking. The line, stop loafing around.
Understood?
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Just gives me flashbacks.
Carry on.
Or to randomized
See, keep your head
playthroughs.
down, say sir a lot, and you'll do fine.
Right, sir.
The slacking is fine, because you only really need to hit something once to kill
Even
it.
though Yevon rejected us,
Yeah, but it would be
I still
like,
believe
but
that
like
won't ever change.
what's it called?
Sir Luzu. Sir Gata.
Regigigas.
You know.
It'd just be nice to have one without a crappy ability, right? That's one of the things I love about the is whenever I can find a slack off in a randomized playthrough, is just the fact that you can get slacking with a different ability. I mean, there'd be some absolutely broken ones. Slacking with Moxie, fun. I mean, speed boost slacking.
Extremely fun.
Yes, shout out to the randomized Kingslock. I've actually discussed with Chris recently restarting that. So,
Oh, God.
it would actually... there were some problems towards the end that were hard to overcome. I've got an idea.
You had some issues recording, right?
Yeah, so... the issues were that, as you can see from any of the old Ace Attorney playthroughs, is that my laptop was dying, and I didn't quite know how literal that was until one day it just stopped turning on, which is always great when you've got a PhD thesis due in 3 months. Yeah, that was a time.
Fun.
Yeah, normal Pokemon
you
with
have
truants.
all your stuff backed up?
Yeah, I had all my stuff backed up, everything. I mean, that is one thing that is absolutely hammered into you at all points during any extended research piece is back it up, back it up, back it up. So I had it all backed up. I have everything off my old laptop, including an unseen recording of Little Jim, and what was supposed to be the next episode, but it was so stilted and so stuttery that I couldn't do anything with it, and at that point I kind of forlornly gave up. That, and I had to get my PhD done.
But
Yeah,
Yevon's
details.
teachings say
Enough.
I only meant to.
So
Are you alright?
I still have the game file too.
Lady
Like,
Summoner?
I could keep that
Yes,
game, I
I
could
am
restart
here.
that game whenever I wanted to, if I had the time to. Which right now,
My name
I mean,
is Shalinda.
working 2 jobs and looking for another one, and looking for a place to live, it takes up a while. You know those feels, right, Chris? Or at least half of them.
I do.
I heard they were
I
to
do.
use Forbidden Machina. I had to stop them.
No, not the Forbidden Machina.
Why?
The use of Machina is strictly forbidden by the Yevon priesthood.
Except in Bevel.
That's bad, yeah?
Let them use whatever they want. They still won't defeat sin.
How dare you say Soren?
But it's not about defeating sin. The teachings of Yevon must be upheld.
Yeah.
I really like Shalinda.
But you don't understand.
I think she's a great
Crusaders
character.
Won't even listen to me.
She
And
is.
it's all because
And not given, I
just
think,
a
enough of a
lonely
role.
appetite.
I do quite like that she's elevated to captain of the guard by the end, despite knowing nothing about military tactics.
Very long myself, you see.
You don't need to know that much.
I can't put myself down every
It's just
time
how
I
to
fail.
march, right, Chris?
People are dependent
Yeah.
on me. They're depending
If
on
you can
both
march,
of
you
us.
can lead an army.
Yes. Yes, you're right, my lady.
Do you think Shalinda can
Absolutely
march?
right.
Oh, absolutely. Look at that face.
Thank
That's a
you
marching
so
face.
much, Lady Yuna.
Those robes are not super
Now,
practical
I
for
feel I
marching.
have the courage.
No, but that's how good a marcher she is.
Uh,
I will do my best to get myself appointed to a temple as a nun.
Ah, she's an aesthetic, though. We know what we do with aesthetics,
don't
Chris.
start this.
Okay. We won't retreat back into that argument. We'll leave it a mystery for everyone listening.
Sit back and watch.
So what have you got going on with the blog at the moment, Chris?
What have I got going on?
I don't know. When's the
Yeah,
when's the next a Pokemon trainer as you?
No time to waste. Let's go.
That'll be next Friday.
Yep.
I am hoping that before then I will be able to get my next Pokemon review out. I'm working on, what am I doing? Berserker and Surfetched.
So this is in your series about the Galarian forms now we're up to, right?
Yeah.
Also, there was a typo in your edit today. This is what happens when you post things while I'm at work.
What did I do?
Yeah, there was a typo. I fixed it when I got home, but I read it. Oh, this is going to be a terrible battle. Yuna, help.
All right.
Tony. There was a typo today in your post. In your edit.
The,
In your question answer today about the weirdest
Yeah.
Pokedex entries,
yeah.
there was just a typo, and it reflects badly on me when I'm the editor of your site, when you start including edits with typos in it, when I hadn't even looked at that edit.
Yes.
Well, she's certainly about the aesthetic. Is she about the aesthetic? That's a good question. I'm impressed.
She has
I
a very
really
good
like that.
aesthetic.
I really like that play on words. That's really good.
We rest here.
But this isn't our bed, child.
Ah, more racism.
Ah, yes.
Is that a problem?
Gotta love Walker being cartoonishly
They don't believe in
racist.
Yevon, and in Luca, they kidnapped Yuna.
Dramatic cut to Yuna.
Guardians.
Oh,
Who's whistling
I
right
love
now?
I love
Orange
Orange
just
as being
concerned about your
so
health.
unimpressed that
I'm not
they let
tired
you
one
get
bit.
kidnapped.
Well, I am. That's actually a really good line read. I quite like that. Yeah, and I normally find these typos in the copy edit before it goes up. Instead, I was at work. It was up for, what, 8 hours? I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed.
Why, I don't normally wait for you to proofread all the questions.
I know. So these are problems we have, Chris.
This might
I mean,
be the
it
last
is.
time we can
I can wait for that if you want, but it'll be a lot more work for you.
But I was very
I mean, I read
relieved
most
to
of them
find he
anyway.
keeps nothing se-
Hmm.
I want some fruit. Purchase at the counter.
I said I would sleep when I was dead. Well, now I'm tired. Very good at it.
Yeah, that's quite good too. Okay, can someone tell me what the point of buying maps are in this game?
Well,
It's almost linear. It's just about as close to
Okay.
linear as you can get.
Does buying a map let you look at a map? Does it do anything for you?
We've already got a map, right?
I don't know, do we?
Yeah, it says we've got one map.
Huh. Can you use it with Riku's abilities?
No. I think you just open it in the like that overview that you see every now and then when you're going to a new place. That's quite a
That
pretty sunset.
was different from the one I saw in Kilika. It was
Would you not get
quiet,
that overview if you didn't have a map?
almost gentle.
It wasn't like the sunset I saw after hundreds of people had been murdered. It was much calmer.
Yes.
Good one, Titus.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Oh, sure is, damn.
I wish I could live in a place like this.
In the middle of nowhere.
Peaceful. Living with a smile
Sounds
on my
nice.
face every day.
Does. What would she do for a living? Heal
can,
people, I
once you
guess?
beat
She's
Sin,
magic.
right?
Probably. No, she might just grow
then-
vegetables or something.
A new sin will be born anyway.
Well, then you can just beat it again.
I wish I could.
Hey, you can. Trust me. You are the best summoner out there.
Oh dear.
You know? Why does Sin always come back?
Sin is our punishment for our vanity. And it will not go away until we've atoned.
How do we do that?
Do you think there's a truth in that? Like in
What's
some
in being a
way,
punishment
Bad
to
in the first
vanity?
place.
yeah, and it won't come back until
Was
they've
it using lots of
they've
marker or
atoned.
something?
Like-
Oh, wait. Was that such a bad thing, really?
I wonder if there's a way in which you could read the story
It's
with that
funny.
being true. I can
Yeah,
see
in-
Sin being a
Since I was
punishment for
young,
the
I
vanity
never
of wanting
questioned it.
Xanakin to live forever,
But now that you ask me if it is
Yeah.
that bad
or for the
not,
vanity of humankind
I don't
in their
know.
pursuit of warfare.
there are so many things I
And
don't know.
atonement
Well,
isn't
then
necessarily
you're
the
the
atonement of the living, it might be the atonement of the faith.
Such thinking is very unbecoming
Well, I
of a
quite
summoner.
like that.
That's a pretty good
Sound
Micah.
like Micah?
That's not very nice, you know.
Yeah, stop making fun of the 180-year-old leader of Spira, who's somehow still alive.
He isn't alive, is he? He's unsent like Orin, right?
Yep, exactly. He is unsent.
know, during a game, you have to think of Blitz and nothing else.
This is
you know?
about the worst thing he could say.
Okay.
Hmm.
You can't think, that's a cute girl in the fifth seat from the right. And you
Speaking
can't be
from
thinking
experience,
about
Titus.
where you're gonna go on that date, because the minute you do, that's when you lose.
That's when Sin attacks.
You see, Yuna, what I mean is, you really shouldn't worry, you know? After we beat Sin, that's when you can worry about the future.
Yeah, when you're dead, I'll go on living.
Oh, Titus.
But Yuna, how are you supposed to beat something big like that?
The final summoning. It's the only way to
Exactly
defeat
like
sin.
Titus just mimed,
The only
actually.
way.
Hmm.
You just
We can
punch
call the
and
final
punch
Aeon.
and
That's
punch.
the goal of the pilgrimage.
You,
The faith of the final summoning lies waiting.
and
in
when
the
it's
far
finally
north to
eroded
meet
by your
summoners that
punches,
complete their pilgrimage.
that's when Sin is finally beaten.
Hmm.
At the world's edge in Xanarkand.
You just have to punch away all
In
the
Xanarkand?
big monster body and get to you, Yevon, in the middle.
She means the ruins of a city
And then
destroyed 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, thanks for eavesdropping, Orin. Do you think that arm sling is comfy?
You sure
It
it's
always
runes?
looks comfy.
That's what I've heard.
You'll see it for
I
yourself
don't know.
soon enough. Yuna, come back inside.
I don't know either. I always thought it looked comfy when I was a kid. I never tried to do it though.
You will go with us to
Is it an
Xanarkand.
actual sling, or is it just like part of his coat?
Yeah, I'll go.
Yes.
I'll go to Xanarkand to to see it with my own eyes.
This is a tone shift from Titus.
Also, we excuse me. We have confirmation in the chat that the maps can be used with Riku's stuff.
Yeah, it's Anna's right. Like Titus doesn't know this. What's actually going on here?
It couldn't be my Xanarkin, but
I think they do a really good job of making him put his foot all the way up in his mouth.
Yeah.
Like it's not a toe in the mouth. Like he's ankle deep at the very least. When he thinks back.
It makes the game really rewarding to replay, actually.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about last time.
Mm.
Ah, we got another level 1 key sphere. No. No, I shouldn't. I know what I'm doing. I probably should get, more Phoenix Downs because people keep dying. And actually, let's get some grenades because, you know what? We can use grenades now.
Oh, can we?
Yeah, Kamari has use. Oh. Titus, you understand.
Forgive me, sir. I meant to say pardon me, but it came out in Albed.
Oh, you're in Albed.
Mm-hmm. I am Rin, owner of this
You
establishment.
can get Rin as a Blitzball player.
Hello to Sadwi.
Hello to Sadwi.
Can you?
It means nice
Is
to meet you.
memory quite slow?
Heli do sad we.
Titus, you speak Albed. We made this happen for you.
If
You
are
know this.
interested, Albed primers can be found all over Spira. Finding them and learning our language might be fun. Here, let me give you one in commemoration of our meeting.
I mean, I think everyone's kind of racist, Anna, against the Albed. Waka is just super racist. I already have that.
Yeah, I hear Albed aren't.
It is a
Thank you,
shame.
Chris.
It is a shame.
Someone help! The chocobos!
That's our cue.
Mm.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you for your help.
Oh, good. Titus, perpetually confused. Rin, talk to
It is
me.
a ferocious beast.
I'm a ferocious beast. Rawr.
To the chocobo corral.
Sorry, Chris, I'm just entertaining myself here.
Hmm?
Just don't worry.
I missed what you were laughing at.
Oh, myself. Myself.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. I didn't know Rin was SpongeBob. How did he not just notice that? We literally walked out of that shop. How did we just notice the thing standing on top of it?
It's a very stealthy giant monster.
Clearly.
If
well.
it hadn't lost its self-control and gone for the chocobo, it could have just snuck up on them and eaten all of them.
Oh, whoops, I'm supposed to be doing proper things, aren't I? My bad.
Yes.
Apologies to everyone for cheating. Waka, go away, you're a white mage. You don't need a white mage here.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
It is gonna suck. Yeah, there you go. That's what I said. And it's just repeated what I was laughing at.
Oh. Yeah. Sure.
That's what I said. Because I'm quite funny.
Yeah, you're alright.
Thanks. That's the nicest thing you've said to me today. Let's see what we can steal from this guy. Oh, that's underwhelming. Oh god, Kamari's next. Don't know what that means.
Oh, joy.
Sounds provocative though.
What if we steal? It's lagging for me.
Let's break its power. I mean, that's an Orin thing to do, but you know what? I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Cheerlead for a second, Lulu. And I'm making this up as I'm going along. Okay, so Kamari is still using things. That's fine.
Boom.
I think by the looks of it, Lulu's going to be either Titus or Orin, right?
Yeah.
And Riku will just be the other one. So if Lulu's Titus, that makes less sense, because that means Riku can be Orin, and that makes no sense. And Yuna
Why does that
is
make
the
no sense?
because Riku is fast and quick, and Orin's line is all about strength and defense.
Yeah. So obviously we want that.
Yeah, obviously that's the natural way of doing things. Oh no. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna actually have to play properly for just a second.
Oh, shame on you.
Hey, I'm allowed to use things.
And we can push it back.
By things I mean overdrives. Who can do something? I mean, literally a question I'm having to ask right now.
Who can do something?
Well, that didn't drive it
They
back.
can all do something.
I mean, they can.
They're not. They maybe can't do it very well, but they can all do something.
Come on, Seronimo. This is kind of cheating using Aeons. But beggars can't be choosers. And right now we are begging to not be knocked off this cliff.
I think using Aeons is excusable.
Feel like that's a good move. Go on, Seronimo.
Yuna is Walker. Yeah, that's the plan.
Yep, that is the plan. For whatever reason, fate, I think, is going to be the official reason. But that's just because that's where we ended up on the sphere grid. For, I don't know. No clear reason. Oh, yep, good, we moved. Aha! Oh, Seronimo! Look at those moves! Oh, then got punched in the face. Oh, punched in the face again. See if we can knock him over?
Yeah.
Come on, Seronimo, do some damage. It is pretty damning for the game that we can have messed around with the sphere grid to this point and still not be getting thrashed by this boss.
Well, I mean, messing around with the sphere grid doesn't really hurt the Aeons.
It actually, I think, has strengthened our Aeons, if I'm honest. If only because they've now got more strength than they would otherwise have. Less magic, but more strength. There we go. If it do. Oh no, we're next, Chris. Whatever shall we do?
Set it on fire.
Oh, Fist of Fury. That was effective. There we go. Set it on fire. Well done, Seronimo. End of the battle. We win. Us 1.
Kaboo.
Giant Chocobo. Eater 0. Now, throw that giant... Next time round, I think I'm gonna analyze this because I don't think that attack makes any sense.
Yeah.
Did everyone attack? Did I not use Waka? We're gonna miss out on experience from Waka. I think we are. Damn it, that was an oversight. Yep, sorry Waka, you are the red-headed stepchild.
Yeah, well.
Huzzah!
Have you an interest in renting some chocobos? As a token of our gratitude,
I keep
we
noticing.
that is free of charge.
I keep noticing these scenes, Chris,
Ask the attendant.
where they have people talking off screen. We talked about it last time too.
Thanks for saving the chocobos.
Just can't stop seeing them. Hey chocobo lady, give me a chocobo. Let me ride one. Ah. And this is the most relaxing chocobo riding experience you have in the whole game. Do, 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 do. Anaphysic asks, yeah, so from what we gather, you have to have a double up of something, right?
Yeah, because there's 7 characters, but there's only 6 parts, because Kimari doesn't really have one.
Yeah, especially on the expert sphere grid. Look how much faster this is, Tony.
On the basic sphere grid, you can kind of have Kimari wander around the middle for like half the game and just be kind of vaguely
Kimari-ish.
You have to leave your chocobos here.
What?
Come on, everyone off.
Class go. Rude. Alright, let's go find this Blitzball player.
It is very catchy, isn't it?
I mean, until you spend an hour in the Calmlands racing chocobos. Yeah. Alright, so Tony reckons he's up this way, sitting on some kind of ledge. Is that what I think I saw?
Yes?
It is Zealots. It is Zealots. I thought he was a defender. Oh well. Fun him for one game. Yep. Who are we getting rid of? Botter, because I don't need Botter. I don't have enough money either, small monk child.
No.
But yeah, it's that chocobo racing theme gets real old when it's punctuated with getting hit by damn flying birds. And squeaking chocobos. We've got that to look forward to if we want to do like a full celestial weapon run through of this game.
No,
we haven't really decided that yet, have we?
I forbid it.
Oh, we'll do it on a week where you're away. Or I'll say I'll do it on a week where you're away, and then we'll come to it and be like, oh, we happen to be here. What a shock. What a surprise.
Yeah, if I get up one morning and you want to spend the entire stream doing the Chocobo race minigame, I am hacking up, going back to bed.
I mean, I think that would be an overreaction, and I think people at home would be very disappointed in you, Chris.
Yeah, well, people at home can suck it.
The comments by Chris from Pokemaniacal do not reflect the rest of the opinions of those here on Jim the Editor's channel. In fact, Jim the Editor loves all of you.
You called?
How dare you, Chris? How dare you insult our burgeoning community?
You know, it's not really about them. It's about the Chocobo race minigame. I just don't think it's ethical for humans to be put through that kind of thing.
I mean,
Is it Chocobo when you need one?
shut up, Walker. I don't disagree. But, I mean, if we're gonna have an episode dodging lightning bolts too, I mean, I'd rather be watching the Chocobo racing episode than the lightning dodging episode.
Yeah, I guess.
Or the damn butterfly catching episode. I hate that minigame. But you know that. in my last
do
playthrough of this game, which was actually fairly recent, I did get all the celestial weapons, and that is my least favorite of them all. And it's so not worth it.
Something that's long been a point of contention between us. I actually don't mind the lightning dodging one.
Yeah, but
that's
because you do it with no encounters on. I stupidly did it when I was actually in the Thunder Plains.
Yeah, that was clearly a mistake.
But it was a good way to grind.
It
was effective.
Is there an annoying chocobo race in every Final Fantasy game? Good question,
Hey,
Simon.
I take exception to that. The chocobo racing in Final Fantasy VII was some of the best years of my life. As Chris blows his nose, seemingly.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right.
You're dying. You sound like it.
Yeah. No, I have the dreaded Rona. I'm going to perish.
Just leaking out of every orifice.
Yeah.
Gross. Gross.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, but you thought it. To my knowledge, there's no chocobo racing in Final Fantasy VIII. There are some weird chocobo minigames, but I don't believe chocobo racing is one of them. It's just a lot of cards. But for what it's worth, I actually quite enjoyed the whole chocobo breeding stuff in Final Fantasy VII. I've seen some articles out this week actually that talk about how crap it was. And, you know, it may just be me looking back on it with kind of rose-tinted goggles, but I don't think it was that crap. Like, yeah, the racing dynamic was limited, but you could definitely improve on it to make it engaging and fun, and much more fun than just kind of the grind fest that it was. What was that, Chris?
I have no strong opinions about Final Fantasy VII and chocobo racing.
Yeah, fair. It sounds like you.
I don't think I ever did it.
You're a strange human being, Chris.
Why is that? I mean, we know that, but in this specific instance...
Well, the chocobo racing was I mean, you had to do it for one, you had to at least win one race, right? In order to get out of prison. I
don't remember. Yeah.
Yes. I was making that a question to make it sound like I was asking. Yeah, you need to win a race to get out of the desert prison. So, to have played through the game, you must have at least had one chocobo race. But to get the best...
I don't remember going to prison. When do you go to prison in that game?
You go to prison after a whole lot of people are killed by a man with a gun arm at the Golden Saucer. You think it's Barrett, but turns out it's a guy with a gun on his other arm, which turns out to be Barrett's evil brother-in-law, best friend thing. Yeah, I think. Dine?
Okay, yeah, that's his name. I remember the bit you're talking about now. I still do not remember the chocobo race.
And the only way out of prison is to be a great chocobo jockey.
Well, that's just a terrible system.
I mean, yeah, it is a it is a terrible system, if I'm honest. But, you know, it's life in a world run by a mega conglomerate. Like, what do you want from it? I mean, I'm pretty sure if Coke or McDonald's ran the world, we'd live in a pretty messed up place. Oh wait, they do run the world.
And we do indeed live in a messed up place. I think Tony read my notes from when I played Final Fantasy VII in 2013. Neat.
Good. I remember that. That was a long time ago.
I'm never sure whether people read my old stuff very much, but it's nice to know that people still sort of find it from time to time.
Well, I think Tony's been around since then.
Possibly.
Tony, can you confirm that for us? Have you been? Did you go and find it, or have you been around since then? I mean, either way is pretty remarkable. The fact that anyone found you during the blogspot days. I mean, Tumblr. You can find things on Tumblr if you're looking for it. If you know what I mean. I don't think I know what I mean.
Find everything on Tumblr.
Yeah. So it's not surprising that some people found you there, and maybe that's where Tony found you, but yeah. God, that was a long time ago. That's when Chris still hated the world. And decided that Pokemon needed to die and never exist. Before he became all fluffy and loved everything.
What on earth? What are you talking about?
Well, it's a criticism of you that comes up in the blog every now and then, that you aren't harsh enough anymore. When are we going to go back to denying the existence of Pokemon?
Like, primarily from you.
No. I just agree with them. I rarely make the criticism myself. I just agree with those critics.
No, Tony has only been with us since last year, and has actually gone and found the old Final Fantasy thing.
That's really cool. Jesus! Chris, did you just become a dog?
Yes.
That was quite the bark.
I tried to do the microphone. What did I say? I'm dying.
Well, good for you. Sneezing is not a coronavirus symptom. I mean, it is winter over there. It would just be normal for you to have a cold.
Yeah. And I think that is probably it.
Do you still live in the basement? Where are you staying in your house?
In what used to be my brother's room, because we had some room juggling.
Yeah. And that's in the door to the right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I gotcha. So, people, if you know where Chris lives, you now know which room is his. If you don't know where he lives, then... I mean, you can find out. That's not hard.
I don't know if anyone else here has been in my house. I don't know if that's the case.
Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? We have a whole 5 people watching, Chris.
But yes, I am dying, but hopefully I'm dying of just a perfectly ordinary cold.
Yeah. So, dying, but no more quickly than usual. Yeah. I mean, it is kind of the work of a Pokemon villain and a physic, denying the existence of certain species. So I think that's fair. I think that's a fair comment.
I didn't deny that they existed, I just denied they had a right to.
Ah, right. Sorry.
Very different.
Yeah, very different. Very different, you're right. I apologize. Ah, man. We talked some crap on this series. Just in general, I think. Chris agrees? Chris agrees.
Oh, yes.
You can't just nod, Chris. They can't see your face, and neither can I.
I don't think I even nodded. I think I just sort of accepted it. It's true. It requires no response.
Yeah, fair enough. Geronimo's struggling here. In like a medium way. Not in a big way, just in a medium way. Maybe heal yourself with fire. That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
And, I mean, back to Anaphysics' comment though, I think it's the kind of thing that a Pokemon villain would do, but in all honesty, there were a lot of those Gen 5 Pokemon that really didn't deserve to exist.
There was a really needlessly large number of them.
Needlessly large, and just like basically squinting copies of the original 150 with just slightly more skewed stats, because Game Freak actually figured out how stats work at that point. I mean, things like Conkeldurr is kind of just like a Machamp, just on a different kind of drug. Much more evil, says Anna. I mean, you need to hear him cackle. I mean, not on the stream because it would break his microphone. But Chris has...
I have cackled on the stream before, though.
Oh, you did. You did last week. In fact,
using the giant laser.
if I were actually editing these streams, I don't, because then the live chat goes away. But if I were editing this stream, I might actually cut back to his evil cackle along with Titus last week. Ah.
I think it was a couple of weeks ago.
No, surely it was during the laughing scene, right?
During the what?
It was during the laughing scene at the end of the Blitzball tournament. Just at the start of Nihon High Road.
I was thinking of when we used Tony's giant laser on Ochu.
Oh, right, yes. You did also laugh maniacally then. Which I guess is on brand, right?
Absolutely.
No, I'm not even going to make the pun. Make it in your head. But there we go, killed the bomb.
Excellent.
We have our Blitzball team, we've beaten the Chocobo Eater, and if we can just make it over this hill...
We can have a good stopping point.
Yeah! Yeah, we can start to wind down, but there will be a battle in between then and now, because of course there will be. Yeah. Kamari, kill the flying thing. Oh. Well, that didn't work. What do we do now?
Got you covered.
Walker, attack the flying thing. No, that works.
Sit back and watch. Yeah.
So you're gonna... By the time we talk next week, you're gonna have not left your house. What are you gonna do?
Well... Probably the same things I was doing anyway, to be honest. Putting job applications right.
Yeah? You're getting plenty... I mean, to your credit, you're getting plenty of writing done. Like... I think your answers to questions are coming out at a fair rate of knots.
Yeah. I feel like I ought to have done more in the last couple of days, but it's been alright.
Yeah. We had a very good conversation that put me way past my bedtime the other day. Yeah, Chris always seems to have this knack for saying, do you have time to talk about some questions just as I lie down in bed?
Sorry about that.
The other night it was like 11:15, and I just finished doing something editing-wise for not him, for something else. Some cricket actually, for the channel, which should come up in a couple of days. Just finished that, was lying down, had put on an old episode of QI, so was enjoying the dulcet tones of Stephen Fry, and get a message from Chris, do you have time to talk about some questions? And of course the answer is, I can never hear from Chris enough, so the answer is always yes. And we went on to talk for about an hour and a half to 2 hours about flying Voltorbs. No, flying electrodes, sorry.
Flying electrodes.
Flying electrodes.
Close enough.
Flying electrodes, the various kinds of Pokemon that could be based on New Zealand native fauna. We didn't talk about any flora.
Yeah, I don't really have any ideas for that. I feel like there should be something based on kauri gum.
Oh man, sounds like a
We appreciate
recipe for disaster. Recipe for disaster.
I thank you.
I want to talk to Rin about learning the language.
Your patronage.
I speak the language. Give me the reward. But yeah, anyway. We could talk more about our adventures and ideas through the Pokemon world, but if you want to hear more of mostly Chris's opinions and some of mine, do head over to Chris's blog at Pokemaniacal.com. I know a lot of you who are with us now are long time readers of that, so thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been another good week, if relatively unproductive week, of Final Fantasy.
We killed the Chocobo Eater, that counts.
Yeah, we killed a boss thing, and next week we'll go do some Sin things. Anyway, enough from me. I've been Jim the Editor. That's been Chris from Pokemaniacal. And yeah, I guess we'll talk to you soon.
Have a good week.